咁啊，歡迎咁多位，時間咧過得好快啦。而家咧又接近尾聲，今日咧係11月14號，2019年。咁又係喺呢度咧，好榮幸邀請到我哋 Bhante Vimalaramsi 喺而家呢個 BBC 講堂入邊為我哋宣述佛陀嘅教義。今日咧所敘述嘅經文咧係中部48，咁呢個經文嘅名咧叫做 Kosambiyā Sutta。Kosambiyā Sutta。Kosambiyā Sutta。咁中文咧就翻譯為呢個，哇！我都唔識讀嗰啲字啊，區賢微經啊，區賢微經啊。咁大家手上有呢個啦，因為之前冇準備過呢個經文。
Thus, if I heard on one occasion, the Blessed One was living in Kosambiyā in Gosita's park.
如是我聞有一次世尊係住喺呢個 Kosambiyā 喺呢個霍斯羅園嗰度。Yes, I done.
What word are you stumbling on? Kosambiyā?
No, Kosita Park.
Okay.
No. The translation is very difficult.
Yeah. Now on that occasion, the monks at Kosambiyā had taken to quarreling and brawling and were in deep disputes, stabbing each other with verbal daggers.
喺當時咧，喺呢個 Kosambiyā 入邊嗰啲比丘咧，即係出家人咧，就喺度發生爭議啊，又吵架，即係又嗌交啊，又喺度好極度咁樣爭議啊。佢哋咧互相咧用個嘴咧互相去諷刺對方啊咁樣。
They could neither convince each other nor be convinced by others.
佢哋彼此咧又唔信服對方，又唔即係唔 like 對方，又唔信。我哋講廣東話唔信啊，都唔信對方啊。
They could neither persuade each other nor be persuaded by others.
又唔能夠咧去說服對方，又唔令到對方說服佢哋。
Then a certain monk went to the Blessed One. After paying homage to him, he sat down at one side and informed him of what was happening.
咁點樣咧？咁有一個比丘咧就走去揾阿佛陀啦。咁一去到咧就問阿佛，同阿佛陀問訊。
Then the Blessed One addressed a certain monk thus.
然後咧呢個比丘就對佛陀咁樣講
Monk, tell those monks in my name that the teacher calls them.
咁呢個比丘報信咗佛陀，佛陀話啦：你而家咧用我個名義去召呢班嗌交嘅比丘嚟，話佢個老師揾佢。
Yes, Venerable Sir, they replied, and he went to those monks and told them, the teacher calls you, Venerable Sirs.
咁於是乎呢位比丘咧就去到嗰啲咁嘅比丘入邊，就同佢哋講：而家我哋嘅老師揾你啦，你哋要過去。
Yes, friend, they replied, and they went to the Blessed One. After paying homage to him, they sat down at one side.
咁嗰啲比丘聽到之後就去啦，就話好啦，我去，咁然後見到世尊同世尊即係佛陀問訊之後咧，就坐喺側邊。
The Blessed One then asked them, monks, is it true that you've taken to quarreling and brawling and are in deep disputes?
咁佛陀就問呢啲咁嘅比丘話：係咪真㗎？比丘，你哋係咪又去發生爭議啊、吵架或者係喺度極度咁樣係喺度，即係大家即係鬥嘴啊，同埋咧互相諷刺對方啊咁。
Stabbing each other with verbal daggers?
用言語去傷害對方。
That you can neither convince each other nor be convinced by others.
你哋彼此咧都唔可以咧說服對方。
That you can neither persuade each other nor be persuaded by others.
大家你哋彼此都唔能夠說服對方，或者信服對方。
Yes, Venerable Sir.
係啊，大家。
Monks, what do you think when you take to quarreling, brawling, and are in deep dispute, stabbing each other with verbal daggers?
咁你哋咧係咁樣又爭論又吵架又極度去大家互相喺度刺激對方咁你究竟係想點諗㗎？
Do you on that occasion maintain acts of loving kindness by body, speech, and mind in public and in private towards your companions in the holy life?
咁當時你哋有冇去用呢個咁嘅慈愛去應對個身口意喺呢個公開入邊或者係私底下對你其他修行嘅弟兄呢？咁
No, Venerable Sir.
冇啊，大家有冇咁做啊？
So, monks, when you take to quarreling and brawling and are in deep dispute, stabbing each other with verbal daggers,
咁比丘們，如果係咁，當你哋係發生爭議嗌交喺度極度喺度爭論同埋互相去用言語去諷刺對方
on that occasion you do not maintain acts of loving kindness by body, speech, and mind in public and in private towards your companions in the holy life.
咁喺嗰度呢，你哋冇產生一個咁嘅慈愛嘅身口意去對待其他嘅修行人，咁喺嗰度公開或者私底下呢，你哋冇去咁做。
Misguided man, what can you possibly know? What can you possibly see that you take to quarreling and brawling and are in deep dispute, stabbing each other with verbal daggers?
你哋啲咁嘅誤導嘅呢啲咁嘅修行人，你哋要知道有咩睇到睇到喺嗰個發生爭議喺爭拗同埋去到極度嘅去喺度爭議嗰陣，你哋互相咧言語去諷刺對方，你哋睇到啲乜嘢
That you can neither convince each other nor be convinced by others.
你哋互相唔信服又唔和解。
That you can neither persuade each other nor be persuaded by others.
讓大家互相同意說服對方。
Misguided man, that will lead to your harm and suffering for a long time.
係啦，你哋咁樣誤導嘅人你哋要知道呢啲係令到你長久嘅痛苦同埋不利嘅。
One of the major offenses that monks do or have done in the past is divide the Sangha, and that's what arguing does.
最唔好呢啲係喺我哋嘅出家眾入邊呢，成日有即係有啲分 divide 分。
One of the things that
即係講是非將佢分開咁樣。
Mahayana monks say about Theravada monks
例如呢呢個大乘成日講小乘
is that they are Hinayana monks.
話呢啲係Hinayana即係小乘嘅係細嘅咁樣。呢啲就係。
That is really a bad thing to say.
呢啲係最冇嘅講法，講大乘小乘呢啲係最差嘅講法啦，就係分裂我哋嘅出家嗰啲教導。
Please don't do that.
千祈唔好咁講嘢。
It's like cursing. That's how bad it is.
呢啲咁講法，你一講話大小乘就好似出詛咒咁有好大嘅因果。
Then the Blessed One addressed the monks thus.
咁呢就係佢就再佛陀又再講啦咁
Monks, there are 6 principles of cordiality that create love and respect and conduce to cohesion, to non-dispute, to concord, to unity.
咁啊，比丘們啊，你哋要知道有一個叫六和敬嘅法啊，咁推行呢個六和敬嘅法咧，係有助於我哋係凝聚同埋產生慈愛同埋尊重心啊，而且唔會再有呢個爭論啊，大家一齊和合統一啊咁。
What are the 6?
係咩六和敬啊咁
？Here a monk maintains bodily acts of loving kindness in public and in private towards his companions in the holy life.
你哋出家人啊，要用慈心啊，喺呢個身口意入邊咧，就算你喺公開或者係私底下咧，你都要呈現呢個慈愛嘅心。
This is a principle of cordiality that creates love and respect and conduces to cohesion, to non-dispute, to concord, and to unity.
你揸住呢個宗旨咧就可以咧由於呢個慈愛咧係令到咧我哋咧會產生尊重令到產生一個仁愛整個氣氛都有凝聚力。同埋冇任何嘅爭論，大家一致和合，呢個就係六和敬法。
Again, a monk maintains verbal acts of loving kindness, both in public and in private, towards his companions in the holy life.
咁同樣咧，好似正話所講，之前係講個身，而家係講個語，即係身語意，都係同樣咧。如果我哋仁愛去處理公開或者私底下去做嘅話咧，我哋可以令到有助於冇一個爭議和合統一嘅一個叫六和敬法。
This too is a principle of cordiality that creates love and respect and conduces to unity.
就係咁樣導致凝聚冇爭論、和合同埋一致性嘅六和敬法。
Again, a monk maintains mental acts of loving kindness in public and in private towards his companions in the holy life.
同樣咧，就係當我哋嘅意正話講嘅身語意同樣地用呢個慈愛嘅心嚟表達公開或者私底下。咁喺呢度咧，我哋成日都講意和同悅口和無爭身和同住都係六和敬之一。
This too is a principle of cordiality that creates love and respect and conduces to unity.
係啦，有呢個六和敬法咧，係會助長我哋冇爭議、和合統一。
So this is something that we should all pay attention to.
我哋咧其實唔係淨係出家人㗎，我哋所有人都要關注呢樣嘢。
It's very, very important
好重要嘅。
that will help your relationships no matter who it's with.
嗰個咧係完全可以幫到你咧，係增長你哋嘅關係、人際關係、家庭關係、朋友關係。
And when you radiate loving kindness to other people, they respond with smiles back to you.
當你咧將你嗰個慈愛咧係散發俾對方嘅話，佢哋一定會同你笑翻嘅。
And kind words.
然後咧同你講嘢都會用啲好和諧嘅語
So
言。
this is very necessary for your happiness and everyone around you.
呢個咧就好重要你用呢樣嘢咧係可以引致自己同對方都會有個好開心、好和諧嘅現象。
So please be kind not only to yourself but to everyone around you.
意思話對自己係有仁慈仁愛同埋kind 即係善意嘅話咧你對任何人都係好重要，唔係淨係對自己嘅。
I know that in Hong Kong right now there's a lot of other than loving kindness being spread.
而家香港係慘真係 咁嘅情況，你哋多啲要發放呢個
But
即係
you
loving kindness 啊。
you can affect the world around you by radiating loving kindness.
可以影響到其他人喺呢個世界上，如果你不斷咁散發慈愛。
So when you go outside walking,
當你喺出邊行緊嗰陣，
practice your generosity.
咁咧就施行佈施嚇。
How do you practice your generosity?
點樣佈施啊？請問？
By giving your smile away.
笑啊，成日不斷同人哋笑，呢個就係一個好好嘅佈施啦。
People here in Indonesia, they have a very peculiar idea about smiling.
呢度啲人好禁忌要笑嘅，印尼人。
They say if someone sees you smiling, they think you are crazy.
哇！佢話呢度印尼人見到你笑話你 short 嘅，點解會笑啊？
And I tell them they're crazy not to be smiling.
唔笑先黐線啊！真係啊！
Wish people happiness.
係啦，祝
Keep
福人
that
哋
in
開
your
心啊
mind
嘛，
wherever you go.
經常去祝福人哋開心啊嘛，去到邊度都。
So, again, a monk uses things in common with his virtuous companions in the holy life.
咁啊，再者比丘們啊，我哋咧啲比丘咧係要以德行咧如法去受供。
Everything that's given to the Sangha is given to everyone.
當你哋咧去供真咧，其實一供咧要供晒所有人啊，唔好留緊啲。
So if a monk asks me for something, I give it to them.
如果有出家人問佢攞嘢，佢一定俾佢。
It's very important that we do this.
好重要，我哋係咁做。呢個係利和同分啊，即係意思話。
Without making reservations, he shares with them any gain of a kind that accords with the Dhamma and has been obtained in a way that accords with the Dhamma.
咁啊，我哋出家人咧，完全唔保留喺法上，或者可以即係佈施人哋佈施俾我哋嘅任何喺缽上嘅嘢咧，我哋都要如法平均咁樣分配，平均咁去享用。
Including even the contents of your bowl.
包括你個缽入邊嘅嘢，全部都要平均分。
There is a way that monks can do an extra special discipline.
咁樣咧我哋出家人咧又可以鍛鍊一個特別嘅嗰個咁嘅訓練。
And that is he only accepts what is put in his bowl.
嗰個特別訓練咧就係佢只係接受只有擺佢個缽入邊嘅嘢嘅啫。
So when we go out on alms round, we have some favorite foods that some monks like better than others.
咁喺個缽入邊，佢哋托缽咧，可能有啲嘢咧入邊嘅係有啲其他人中意嘅，其他出家人。
When I would come back from my alms round, I would put everything out and I would see which foods this monk liked and which foods that monk liked, and I would put that in their bowl.
通常托完缽之後咧，佢翻去咧攞咗出邊啲食物就揀啦。呢個阿蚊中意食嘅，佢就俾佢；呢個俾中意食佢就俾佢。咁佢咧就佈施緊人哋中意食嘅嘢俾人哋。
There's one kind of practice that monks do.
咁出家人會 practice 即係練習啲咩咧咁
？That takes 12 years to complete.
要12年去完成嘅。
So what I would do would be go to the monastery and tell them I want to do this practice.
咁佢話呢個法肯定好殊勝嘅，走去學啦咁。
I would go out on alms round. When I came back from the alms round, I would give the head monk whatever he wanted from my bowl.
咁你出完托兒盤之後咧，翻嚟咧第一件事咧，一定係攞去缽上嘅嘢咧，分俾嗰個最高最長老嘅出家人。
Then I would give the next senior monk whatever they wanted from my bowl.
排班咧，以個長老嘅年資咧，去一路咁分俾佢哋。
And I would go all the way down to the Samanera and give them whatever was in my bowl.
一直咧俾到嗰啲沙彌啊、沙彌尼啊咁。
Now I might have to go out 2 or 3 or 4 times to collect the food.
佢要托缽出去來回幾轉先足夠去分配俾所有嘅出家人。
And I would then, when I got done offering all of these different things, then I would sit down and eat whatever food was left.
咁最後佢分晒啦，分到淨晒啦，最後佢就自己坐喺度食剩低嘅嘢。
The trick of this is sometimes monks aren't very nice to each other.
有時有啲出家人麻麻地嘅。
So if I give some food to someone and they are not being nice to me, I cannot wish that I hadn't have done that.
咁如果咧佢哋啲人對佢唔好啊，咁佢俾咗食物佢都好咧，佢哋都冇話即係好善意咁多謝佢咧，咁佢就覺得唔完善啦，做呢樣嘢。
Now I have to do this for 12 years.
佢要12年咁不斷去自己去共爭託缽去俾翻其他人。
After 12 years,
12年後咧，
I can be anywhere in the world by myself.
佢可以咧去全世界度都可以去。
When it's time to eat, I can open up my bowl and I will have very good food.
咁犀利嘅呢個咁嘅因果，佢去到邊度一打開個缽一定有好嘢嘅。
It just appears in my bowl.
嗰個缽自動有食物出現嘅。
But that's not an easy practice.
都唔係好易啊！呢個 practice 即係呢個練
And you
習。
can never hold one thought moment of regret of giving this monk or that monk food.
因為咧，你唔可以咧有任何一個念頭話自己哎呀咁樣又俾咗呢個又俾咗嗰個咁樣有咁嘅心態，一有就唔得啦。
There's a story in Burma about this monk that was doing this.
有個故事咧講喺 Burma 咧有個掹嘅就係咁做咗12年。
The last day before he was going to be successful with the whole practice,
最後12年最尾嗰日佢就係又係咁樣
he put some of his food aside,
佢又將啲食物有啲食物擺咗喺側邊。
and a visiting monk came and saw, oh, there's food, so he took it.
有個探訪佢啲食物嗰個另外一個掹佢就攞咗佢。
And that monk became very angry.
哇！咁呢個掹咧，最後一日佢竟然生氣
And
喎。
he was sorry that he had given some food to that monk.
咁佢覺得咧好唔過意啊。
No benefit.
咁只係嗰一日，最後一日佢唔高興，佢唔順咧，俾咗嗰個人攞走，咁就冇晒一切嘅利益啦。
So if he wanted to have that benefit, then he had to start 12 years all over again.
係啦，如果想再獲得呢個利益，又要重新嚟12年咯咁。
But there's some wrong idea about what generosity actually is.
咁咧，其實好多錯誤嘅觀點係關於呢個佈施嘅。
Generosity is giving.
佈施即係話我付出。
But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're giving money or clothing or a place to stay.
唔係話淨係佈施咧，就係錢衫同埋俾地方人哋住咁簡單。
It means giving in your mind, giving your kindness and your loving kindness to other people.
主要就係你個心，你個心意咧係願意有個善意 有呢個慈愛去俾呢位人。
It helps you to be more happy, and it helps everybody else to be happy.
咁令到自己及對方所有人都快樂。
So this is another way in which you can practice your generosity.
咁你哋可以好似呢個咁嘅方法去修行。
Now, the Buddha said, when you are practicing your generosity, there's 3 things that you have to do.
咁佛陀話你布施你有3樣要做嘅。
You practice giving with a happy mind.
第一咧，你要練習，當你俾嗰陣咧，你有一個開心有個喜悅去付出。
While you're giving to other people, you have to give it with a happy mind.
當你付出，你俾佢嗰陣，你要喺當下你係好開心咁去付出。
And after you have given it, you think about what you did with a happy mind.
當你俾咗之後咧，你回頭諗下，我真係好開心喎，因為當時我付出俾咗之後你都感覺到開心嘅。
So whatever you're giving, what you're planning on giving, do that with a happy mind.
總之你計劃去付出，或者你當你付出或者之後付出之後，你都要保持一個開心喜悅。
This is one of the things that helps you to have more fun in your life.
呢樣嘢係幫助你一生人咧係越嚟越有趣味嘅。
Many, many years ago, when I was staying at a meditation center in America,
喺美國咧，喺好多年前咧，佢就住喺一個咁嘅禪修中心。
I really liked the idea of giving.
佢好中意布施呢個咁嘅概念嘅。
So sometimes I would eat a fruit,
咁去食
I'd take
啲
a
水
bite.
果，食一食。
and it was particularly good.
如果特別好嘅話咧，
So I would cut it up, and I would go around and I would give it to everybody that was working at the meditation
食得
center.
好咧，又會切多啲咧，咁刻意咁樣一個分俾人哋，分享俾人哋食。
When they saw me walking towards them with fruit in my hand, they began smiling.
嗰啲人睇到佢個手有啲水果喺度，佢知一定係分俾佢哋，佢哋都即係笑啦喺度。
And they said very often, "You give us the best tasting fruit."
你俾我最好食嘅水果。
And that's how I had a lot of fun.
所以咧，我又覺得好開心喎咁樣。
So it's a good practice.
係一個好好嘅訓練嚟嘅。
The more you can share your happiness with other people, the better your meditation will become.
你信唔信啊？你越多去能夠分享你個快樂俾人嘅話，你嘅禪修咧進步越快。點解咧？
Why?
點解啊？
Because
因為咧，
that is the first part of meditation.
因為呢個就係我哋入初禪第一個條件，嗰個就係喜啦。
Meditation is not just sitting like a Buddha.
唔係咁坐喺度啊嘛，死咕咕咁啦。
This is an active kind of practice.
係一個活噶嘛嘅修行。
So it's real interesting that the more you can practice your generosity, the happier your mind becomes.
好奇怪㗎，你越布施咧，你個心係越有喜樂㗎。
The next part of meditation is keeping your precepts without breaking them.
第二個要素修行打坐你一定要守戒、持戒清淨。
Don't
持戒
try.
清淨
Don't come up with little white lies that you think you make somebody else happy, because you don't.
係講啲白嘅大話都唔好啊，所以諗住氹人哋開心都唔好啊。
And you hurt yourself
你會傷害到自己，
because it makes you feel guilty.
因為咧之後你會覺得有啲悔意。
Now you can tell a little white lie and you go, it doesn't matter, it's only a little lie.
哎呀，冇乜問題啦，講少少嗰啲咁嘅唔等使嘅大話嗰啲，唔係真係咩惡意嘅。
There's no such a thing as a little lie.
冇嘢係少少大話㗎。
And that will cause you to have a very restless mind.
你會造成你有好多嗰個咁嘅吊舉。
I know some people in Malaysia that they break precepts fairly often. They don't think it's so important.
有啲馬來西亞人咧，好中意就係講啲咁嘅少少大話，佢又覺得唔係好緊要啫咁。
They have been practicing meditation for 30 years and they don't have any progress.
有啲人咧禪修咗打坐30年都冇進展啊。
So I really want you to understand this is important.
呢個好重要嘅，希望你哋明白啦。
And then sitting in meditation, that's another thing that's very important.
咁喺個即係打坐 sitting meditation 好重要。
And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
之後再講。
Okay, practicing giving your generosity. This too is a principle of cordiality that creates love, respect, and conduces to unity.
係啦，我哋咧如何去佈施懂得大家分享，咁咧呢個會產生一個仁愛同埋尊重，而達到咧一個和諧性嘅。
Again, a monk dwells both in public and in private, possessing in common with his companions in the holy life those virtues that are unbroken, untorn, unblotched, unmuddled, liberating, commended by the wise. 咁在這比丘們咧我哋咧喺呢個戒行度咧我哋對所有唔會毀壞嘅、冇瑕疵嘅、冇污點嘅、冇雜色嘅、自由自在嘅，而係我哋智者所讚歎嘅，亦都唔會誤導嘅。咁呢個係咧趨向定嗰個戒。咁 Okay.
I think I did translate. Yeah, please continue.
Okay.
Bhante.
So the thing is, I have a lot of people that want to be teachers.
喺呢度咧，好多嗰啲人咧都想做teacher， 做老師。
Please teach me how to be a teacher.
請教我Bhante，請教我做為一個老師啊。
And my answer to them is, be the example of a good person.
咁你要做老師，第一個你要有一個自己嘅模範，就係做一個好嘅模範。
No fighting.
唔好去爭鬥。
No yelling at each other.
唔好去鬧人哋啊。
It's very important. If you want to be a good teacher, you have to have a balanced mind.
做老師咧要有一個好平衡嘅心。
Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Again, a monk dwells both in public and in private, possessing in common with his companions in the holy life that view that is noble, emancipating, and leads one who practices in accordance with the complete destruction of suffering.
咁比丘們，如果咧我哋係以一個高尚出嚟呢個咁嘅見解，而咁令到呢個行為咧係苦嘅滅盡。
That's why I generally start out every retreat discussing with you about craving.
佢成日講喺呢個禪修入邊craving 嗰個貪著。
Because it is very, very misunderstood.
呢個咧係好多人咧誤解嘅。
And I keep on bringing up things about craving so that you understand all of the different aspects of it.
佢成日咧就係提及呢個 craving 呢個貪著係啲咩嚟嘅？貪愛。
And the advantages of letting go of craving.
咁嗰個係 let go， 即係將呢樣嘢捨去嘅呢個咁嘅利益咧咁。
You hear me say quite often, don't make a big deal out of it.
你成日聽到Bhante講，don't make a big deal， 即係唔好當呢啲咁嘅大件事啦咁樣。
What am I really saying to you?
其實呢啲係真正嘅意義係咩咧？
I'm saying let go of your craving.
其實即係話叫你捨棄你嘅貪著。
You keep feeding your craving by dwelling on things that come up.
因為咧你越去即係專注或者係轉咗入去嘅話咧，咁嗰個貪著係越嚟越大嘅。
And that's what this is talking about, being able to discuss exactly what craving is and how to let it go, and exactly what mindfulness is, how you can practice it.
所以咧個正念好重要，我哋有呢個正念嘅話咧，好快咧可以排除到睇到自己呢個貪著，而當下咧就即刻可以遣除佢。
And that is the 6 R's, right?
6 R 啦，大家記得㗎啦，講咗咁耐。
That is the Eightfold Path.
呢個咧就係八正道啦。
Every time you use the 6 R's, you are practicing the whole Eightfold Path.
信唔信啊？你淨係做呢個6 R 路已經係完全係做緊呢個八正道啦。
So it's very important that you talk about it with people that understand about Buddhism.
咁咧，你哋大家就同人哋講咧好容易表達到人哋明白呢個咁嘅佛教。
Okay. These are the 6 principles of cordiality that create love and respect and conduce to cohesion, to non-dispute, to concord, and to unity.
咁呢個咧就係一個咁嘅六和敬法。呢個六和敬法咧可以令到我哋產生仁愛同埋尊重，同埋咧導致我哋有一個凝聚力，冇爭論。大家和諧統一性，呢個就叫六和敬法。
So this is how you make the world around you a better place to live.
咁樣用呢個六和敬咧，係令呢個世界咧更加和諧，更加好。
Of these 6 principles of cordiality, the chief, the most cohesive, the most unifying is this view that is noble and emancipating, which leads one to, who practices in accordance with this, to the complete destruction of suffering.
咁喺呢個六和敬法度咧，呢個咧係一個咧係佢話高，其實咧可能係呢個係一個重要嘅、首要嘅，係能夠接受，然後咧係涵括即係話我哋呢個見係高尚嘅，係出嚟嘅，而帶領我哋咧可以由喺個苦度滅盡呢個咁嘅見。
Just as the chief, the most cohesive, the most unifying part of a pinnacle,
就猶如咧我哋咧呢個去到一個塔尖咁樣好有凝聚力，同埋咧我哋咧係好重要嘅咁。
on the roof of a house,
個塔尖
that's the most important part.
其實就係所有嘢最重要嗰部分。
So that when it rains, you don't have rain coming in.
有落雨佢都唔會濕啊嘛，嗰個做得好嘅話。
So too, of these 6 principles of cordiality, the cordiality is the chief. This is the view that is noble and emancipating.
咁呢個六和敬法咧係一個首要嘅，係能夠接受嘅，亦都係能夠統一。即係話有呢個咁嘅見，咩見咧？就係高尚嘅出嚟嘅，而帶領我哋嘅人可以個苦滅盡嘅見。
And how does this view that is noble and emancipating lead one who practices in accordance with the complete destruction of suffering?
咁點樣有呢個高尚同埋出嚟呢個見係如何修行能夠帶領到我哋去苦嘅滅盡呢？
Here a monk gone to the forest or to the root of a tree or an empty hut.
咁比丘們我哋就去樹林啦，去樹底啦，去啲空嘅屋子度啦。
Considers thus.
心裏諗
Is there any obsession unabandoned by myself that might so obsess my mind?
咁我自身究竟係咪仲未有斷離嘅咁嘅執着嗰啲迷痴呢？咁我係咪俾呢一種咁嘅嗰啲咁嘅執住心糾纏住，唔可以如實去了知見呢？
What is the biggest obsession there is with you right now?
而家你哋有啲咩最執迷嘅？
Oh, I have a pain.
哎呀，真係好痛我有痛
You are obsessed by it.
你喺度
You keep your attention on it.
執住佢你自己又注意住
Oh, I have this energy that keeps coming up. You are obsessed by it. You have craving for it. You like it and you want to keep it.
有啲咁嘅能量出咗嚟其實就係你自己關注咗，你中意嘅，你想 keep 住佢，或者你喺度即係守住佢。
And that stops you from progressing with your meditation.
咁你會塞住咗㗎，你唔會再進展喺你嘅禪修度。
You keep obsessing with whatever it is that arises. That means you are feeding it and it is going to get big and fat and it's going to be a big problem.
係啦，佢升起任何嘅現象，你一執佢咧，佢就會越嚟越大強加強嗰個感覺咁。
That does not lead to the destruction of suffering.
呢個咧係唔會讓到你苦嘅斷個捨斷。
If a person is obsessed by sensual desire, then his mind is obsessed.
係啦，如果我哋個心咧俾個慾貪纏住咧，咁個心咧就執住咗啦。
If a person is obsessed by ill will, then his mind is obsessed.
咁如果咧係要嗰啲惡意咧個心有個惡意纏住咧，咁呢個心咧又係咁樣執住咗啦。
If a person is obsessed by sloth and torpor, then his mind is obsessed.
咁又係，如果昏沉睡眠咧，你個心咧喺度執住佢咧，咁即係個心咧又塞住咗啦。
If a person is obsessed by restlessness and anxiety, then his mind is obsessed.
同樣咧個吊舉啦即係諗嘢成日諗嘢同埋個悔意咧，你個心一執住佢咧，咁個心咧又塞住啦。
If a person is obsessed by doubt, then his mind is obsessed.
咁如果啲人係疑心個疑心個心執住咧，咁又係咁塞住咗。
If a person is absorbed in speculation about this world, then his mind is obsessed.
咁如果咧我哋咧俾而家世間所有嘅嘢俾佢吸引住咧，咁個心咧就塞住咗啦。
If a person is absorbed in speculation about the other world, then his mind is obsessed.
如果我哋咧又喺度咧被嗰啲其他世間吸引住有呢個諗法咧，咁個心又塞住咗啦。
if a person takes to quarreling and brawling and is in deep disputes, stabbing each other with verbal daggers, then his mind is obsessed.
咁如果咧又喺度好似之前咁講，發生爭議啊、爭吵啊，或者走向極端咁去爭議啊，咁啊大家互相啊用言語去攻擊啊，大家去刺傷對方啊，用個語言，咁個心咧又喺度塞住啦。
And that says that your mind is full of craving and you are taking it personally.
即係意思話你哋知啦，你根本咧個心咧充滿晒呢個貪慾，個 craving，就係呢度咁樣。
A person understands thus, there is no obsession unabandoned by myself that might so obsess my mind that I cannot know and see things as they actually are.
咁咧呢個咁嘅念頭我究竟我個自身有冇捨斷嗰啲咁嘅迷執咧咁，而令到而家我呢個心咧仲唔如實去了知見咧咁。
If you have no obsession in your mind is well disposed for awakening to the truth.
如果你咧唔執着呢任何呢啲咁嘅現象，咁其實你就傾向一個好覺察力嘅睇到呢啲咁嘅實相。
And the truth is, everything that arises in your mind or body is impersonal. It is not you. It is not yours.
實相咧就係喺你個心同心產生所有嘢咧，其實係冇一個實在嘅我，唔係你的這不是我嘅真我。
This is the first knowledge attained by a person that is noble, super mundane, not shared by ordinary people.
咁能夠咁樣如實去了知嘅話咧，呢個係第一個一個咁嘅智慧能夠咧係出世間同一般人嘅智慧係唔同嘅。
Again, a noble disciple considers thus.
咁啲聖弟子亦都係咁樣諗。
When I pursue, develop, and cultivate this view, do I personally obtain serenity? Do I personally obtain quenching?
咁係咪諗如果我咁如實咁去收集去鍛鍊，咁多啲去收集呢個咁嘅見識，咁係咪我自身能夠得到寂靜，能夠獲得呢個寂滅咧咁
？He understands thus, when I pursue, develop, and cultivate this view, I personally obtain serenity. I personally obtain quenching.
佢係咁樣了知嘅，當佢收集、培育、鍛鍊呢個咁嘅見識，佢咧係可以自身得到寧靜，自身得到呢個寂滅。
This is the second knowledge attained by him that is noble, super mundane, not shared by ordinary person.
咁呢個咧第二個證得嘅呢個智慧咧，係出世間唔係一般人得嘅智慧。
Again, a noble disciple considers thus.
咁又係啦，聖弟子係咁樣去想嘅。
Is there any other recluse or Brahmin outside the Buddha's dispensation?
有冇其他嘅沙門婆羅門就係即係除咗佛陀之外嘅
？Possessed of a view such as I possess.
具備擁有而家呢個咁嘅見咧咁。
And again, we're talking about seeing the impersonal nature of things.
即係睇到一個係無我，唔係一個我實我嘅呢個咁狀態。
He understands thus there is no other recluse or Brahmin outside the Buddha's dispensation possessed of a view such as I possess.
佢了知咧，其實就出邊咧嗰啲沙門啊、婆羅門唔係好似我哋咁有啲咁嘅正見，或者一個無我嘅正見。
Now, I want you to understand something that's very obscure for a lot of people.
咁有啲人咧好冇技巧嘅。
They get very much attached to their, quote, religion.
佢哋咧好着緊自己個宗教。
There is no Buddhist religion.
其實咧冇佛教㗎。
There is scientific understanding of how mind actually works.
其實係一個好科學嘅辯證，講我哋個身心如何去運作啫嘛。
So that it doesn't matter if you call this Buddhist or not, it is not a religion.
你可以點樣稱呼佢都得但係呢個唔係一個宗教嚟嘅。
Religion always has to do with the belief in God.
宗教係完全係講及信一個神信仰一個神嘅。
Whatever name you want to give it.
咁個神論咧呢個有神論咧係隨你點講啦咁。
And people are always asking for God to protect me from this or help me do that.
係啦，求神拜乜就係保佑我啦，呢啲就係宗教啊。
The thing with this kind of practice
呢一種我哋咁嘅修行咧
is that you learn to be self-reliant.
你係用自己去實踐嘅。
Solve your own problem.
自己去解決嘅。
You can't depend on anybody else to solve your problem.
你冇辦法揾人代替你。
And that's one of the reasons that I try to tell you to ask your own intuition.
成日咧，你哋小參就話：你自己問自心你問自己個直覺咁。
Your intuition will give you the answer.
你自己嘅直覺會話俾你聽個答案。
Now understand that the Buddha, when he was practicing as a bodhisattva,
佛陀當佢喺菩薩嗰陣咧，佢都係咁樣 practice 嘅，即係咁樣練。
he had the same kind of questions you have.
佢同樣有你哋一樣嘅問題存在。
But he didn't have anybody to tell him the answer.
佢冇人教嘛嗰陣。
He had to rely on himself.
佢係靠自己嘅。
He had to ask his intuition, why is this happening?
佢問自己個自心嘅直覺然後得到個答案。
And then he had an insight that helped him to overcome whatever hindrance he had.
佢總都係內觀咁佢所以咧能夠自己去降服佢個問題。
So I don't care what you're doing with your daily life.
佢唔介意你每日嘅做咩事情。
I had a Muslim man that he was very successful with the meditation.
佢有個 Muslim 嘅一個同修嘅好打坐好好。
He asked me, can I still do my prayers 5 times a day?
佢話：Bhante，我可唔可以又5日再禮拜5次唔係5次要每日禮拜5次得唔得咁
My answer was, do what you want.
佢嘅答案係：你中意做乜就得
You be responsible for yourself.
你自己負責任啫嘛。
If you're comfortable doing that, then do it.
你覺得好嘅，你咪做咯。
There are some people that they think that chanting certain things over and over again
有啲人話：我不斷咁練乜不停咁練幾萬次、10萬次嗰啲咁。
is the way to attain Nibbana.
咁咧就會獲得涅槃㗎啦咁。
They ask me, is it okay if I do that?
佢話：咁好唔好Bhante，可唔可以繼續練咁？
Yes, I don't care.
佢話：好冇問題㗎。
If you think it's helpful, do it.
你認為可以幫到你，你咪做咯。
Here is the criteria for doing that.
但係咧有個你有個自己內心嘅要求啊。
If you do something that makes you happy
如果你做嘢係令到你開心嘅話，
and everyone else around you happy,
而所有人喺你旁邊都開心嘅話，
then do that over and over again.
咁啊做多啲啦，繼續做啦咁。
But if you do something that makes you unhappy
如果做啲嘢你唔開心嘅，
and other people around you unhappy,
周邊啲人都唔開心嘅話，
then don't do that.
咁就唔好做啦。
Common sense.
Common sense 啊，普通。
I'm finding out as I get older, common sense is not so common.
當我老嗰陣，發覺 common sense 咧就唔係咁 common 啊，即係嗰啲叫咩中文 common
Because
sense
an awful lot of people get into their emotional attachments and obsessions.
因為好多人咧都會執着嘅，同埋咧好容易咧就受佢嗰個咁嘅情緒影響嘅。
I am not a guru that says that you have to follow everything that I say.
佢唔係一個 guru， 即係唔係一個老師話，我講嘅你一定要跟足。
Actually, I don't want you to believe anything that I say.
其實我都唔想你信晒我㗎，唔使信我嘅。
See for yourself whether it's
自己去體驗。
correct or not.
體驗佢講嘅嘢係真定唔真嘅，你自己體驗到真定唔真嘅。
You'll see whether it works or not.
你會知道㗎嘛？佢講嘅嘢，你喺你嘅身上係咪真係咁出現呢？
And if it helps you to smile and be happy and helps other people to smile and be happy, please do that over and over again.
總之啊，一句講，自己開心又令到他人開心，可以繼續不斷咁做。
Just because it's traditional for you to believe this or that, don't trust it.
唔係傳統講俾你聽啊，嗰啲咁嘅嘢你唔需要去相信嘅。
Test it for yourself.
自己檢測。
Okay?
OK。
Now, again, a noble disciple considers thus.
聖弟子係咁樣去想。
Do I possess the character of a person who possesses right view?
究竟我係咪具備咗呢個咁嘅正見呢？
What is the character of a person who possesses right view?
咁有咩性格可以具備呢個正見呢？
This is the character of a person that possesses right view.
具備呢個性格係咁嘅。
Although he may commit some kind of offense.
即使佢做咗有啲咁嘅犯錯。
Now we're talking about breaking a precept.
就係破戒啦。
If you commit some kind of offense for which a means of rehabilitation has been laid down, I'll explain this in a moment.
遲啲先解釋。
No, that was way too fast. Be more specific.
死啦！記咗講俾你聽。
I'm not going to say...
戒啊，嗰啲戒咧，遲啲佢會再解釋。如果你破咗戒咁點咧咁啊？係咪話師啦？ Breaking the seal.
If you do that more, I'm going to stop talking. So please stop doing that.
咳少咗咁多，唔講㗎喎。
He confesses what he has done immediately.
佢即刻咧就去即係懺罪啦。如果佢一犯咗罪嘅話，即係破咗戒
He
嘅話。
reveals and discloses it to the teacher or a wise companion in the holy life.
咁佢即刻咧向大眾或者佢個老師去懺罪、懺悔、披露。
I have had some students that they try to sneak food after 12 o'clock.
有啲人偷偷地食嘢，整到過咗12點咁。
And their meditation just disappears. It's no good.
然後打坐打得好差。
So I have to ask them, are you breaking a precept?
你係咪破咗戒啊咁？
And then they say, yes, I am breaking a precept. So they have to give me the food.
係啊，我破咗戒，咁咪俾翻啲食物佢咯。
And then take the precepts again
再受個戒。
with the determination that I won't ever do that again.
咁決定性咧唔再犯啦。
I've had some students that have said, okay, I'm going to keep the precepts. How long do I have to keep them?
啲學生話：好啊，我就 keep 啦。咁究竟 keep 幾耐啫？呢個戒。
And I tell them, well, you keep them for the next 100 years and we'll go up from there.
係啦，你起碼要守100年啦，咁100年後就唔使啦。
If you want to have purified mind, you have to do this.
你如果一定要心清淨，一定要持戒清淨。
It's very important.
好重要。
Just as a young, tender infant lying prone at once draws back when he puts his hand or foot on a live hot coal.
好似啲細佬哥咧，爬下啲細佬哥咧，手腳靠近啲炭火，哇！咁一感受到熱，佢就即刻縮翻嚟。
So too, that is the character of a person who possesses right view.
呢個正見就好似咁啦，一犯錯佢就即刻縮手啦。
He understands thus.
佢咁樣明白。
I possess the character of a person who possesses right view.
佢係咁如是咁樣係有呢個咁嘅正見。
This is the fourth knowledge attained by him that is noble, super mundane, and not shared by ordinary
呢個
people.
咧係第4個被證得嘅一個咁嘅智慧。咁呢個咧係不共呢個一般人嘅，呢個係一個出世間嘅聖。
The word, you done?
Yes.
Okay. The word super mundane means that you have attained jhana.
咩叫 super mundane 咧？因為咩叫聖智咧？就係你已經係可以入得禪，即係初禪、二禪嗰啲。
That's otherworldly.
就係
It's not where ordinary people, they don't know anything about jhana. They don't know how to
咁
attain
啲世
jhana.
間嘅人佢就唔明呢啲咁嘅禪流嘅，佢哋唔識嘅。
Again, a noble disciple considers thus.
咁又係啦，聖弟子咧係咁樣思考啦。
Do I possess the character of a person who possesses right view?
我係咪具備具足呢個咁嘅正見嘅人呢？
What is the character of a person who possesses right view?
咁係乜嘢咁嘅character， 即係個性質能夠具備呢個咁嘅正見呢？
This is the character of a person who possesses right view.
呢個咧係有正見、具足正見嘅性格係點嘅？
Although he may be active in various matters for his companions in the holy life,
即使咧同其他修行人咁各種應該具足嘅人具備呢個咁嘅性格。
he has a keen regard for training in the higher virtue.
佢好想咧爭取一個更高嘅一個咁嘅德行。
Training in the higher mind.
然後咧增上佢個心嗰個咁嘅歷程。
Training in the higher wisdom.
增上呢個智慧。
Just as a cow with a new calf.
好似咧嗰個牛，嗰個細牛。
While she grazes, watches her calf.
然後佢不斷咁咧去raise 即係牧牛即係牧睇住佢。
So too, that is the character of a person who possesses right view.
咁守住自己個心啊，咁呢個咧就係具備正見嘅人就係咁嘅性格。
He understands thus.
佢明白得到。
I possess the character of a person who possesses right view.
我具備有呢個正見呢個咁嘅性格。
This is the fifth knowledge attained by him that is noble, supermundane, not shared by ordinary people.
呢個係第五個正智，係同一般人唔係共同得到嘅，呢個係出世間嘅正智。
Again, a noble person considers thus.
又係啦，咁聖弟子係應該咁嘅思考。
Do I possess the strength of a person who possesses right view?
咁我係咪具備呢個咁嘅力量有呢個咁嘅具足嘅正見呢？
What is the strength of a person who possesses right view?
係乜嘢力量呢？係令到係有呢個咁嘅具足正見呢個咁嘅特性呢？
This is the strength of a person who possesses right view.
係咁嘅，有力量具足嘅人係咁嘅。
When the Dhamma and discipline proclaimed by the Tathagata is being taught, go.
當被如來所教導嘅法如來所教導嘅律當佢教導嗰陣
he heeds it, gives it attention,
佢全心全意咁去留心去聽
engages it with all his mind.
全心全意完完全全咁去用佢嘅心
Hears the Dhamma with eager ears.
好用心去聽
He understands thus.
佢亦都了知
I possess the strength of a person who possesses right view.
我係具足咧有呢個正見嘅呢個特性而呢個有呢個咁嘅力量。
This is the sixth knowledge attained by him that is noble, supermundane, not shared by ordinary people.
呢個係第六個正德嘅聖智，呢個係一個出世間同一般人唔同嘅嘢。
Again, a noble disciple considers thus.
咁聖弟子係又咁樣去思考。
Do I possess the strength of a person who possesses right view?
咁我係咪具備呢個正見呢個特性而呢個咩力量具備嗎？
What is the strength of a person who possesses right view?
乜嘢嘅力量係具足一個正見嘅呢？
This is the strength of a person who possesses right view.
呢個係具足正見嘅力量係咁嘅。
When the Dhamma and discipline proclaimed by the Tathagata is being taught,
咁當佛陀係咁嘅教法，呢個律咁嘅教法係教出嚟嘅話，
he gains inspiration in the meaning.
佢對呢個意義咧係完全了知。
Gains inspiration in the Dhamma.
對法嘅信受。
Gains gladness connected with the Dhamma.
而產生喜悅嘅。
He understands thus.
佢係咁樣了知。
I possess the strength of a person who has right view.
我係具足呢個咁嘅正見嘅力量。
This is the seventh knowledge attained by him that is noble, supermundane, not shared by ordinary
呢個係
people.
第七個被正德嘅聖智，係一個出世間同一般人唔同嘅。
When a noble disciple is thus possessed of these seven factors,
聖弟子咧就具備呢個七種因素。
he has well sought the character for realization of the fruit of stream entry.
佢就會咧成為一個入流果嘅作證，嗰個善嘅探求者。
When a noble disciple is thus possessed of seven factors, he possesses the fruit of stream entry.
當具備呢個七支嘅聖弟子咧，佢就係一個入流果嘅人啦。
That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the
呢個就係
Blessed
佛陀
One's
所講嘅
words.
經教，而所有比丘聽到都滿心喜悅。
Okay.
OK，
Now you're getting ready to go home.
get ready 啦，翻屋企啦。
And you are not going to experience the meditation in the same way as you do when you're with me.
翻到屋企咧嗰個咁嘅修行咧禪修嗰個效用咧，同呢度有少少分別㗎啦。
You're not going to be able to go so deep.
唔可以入得咁深㗎啦，你哋。
You're not going to be able to sit so long.
亦都唔可以坐得咁耐，一翻到屋企。
Now, one of the things that I want you to understand is the longer you can sit with the meditation in a day, the better your progress will be.
要你哋知道咧，越坐得耐咧嗰個咁效益係更高嘅、更多嘅。
So if you can sit for an hour a day, okay, sit. I recommend you sit in the morning.
坐到1個鐘就最好，早上坐。
Why?
點解咧？
Because in the evening, friends come by and said, let's go eat.
如果你計劃夜晚坐，啲人一請你食飯，咁我去食飯啦，你又唔好坐啦。
And then you don't feel like practicing after you eat, you want to take rest.
食飽啦，唔想再去打坐啦，咁又過咗一日啦。
So get up in the morning. Don't get up and immediately try to sit.
一起身咧，唔好即刻諗住即刻坐。
Do like what you do here.
就喺呢度，好似而家咁。
You get up in the morning, you wash your face, you do the things that you need to do, you wake up. Then you sit for 1 hour.
起咗身之後咧，唔好即刻坐，做咗你要做嘅沖洗樣嘢，之後先至坐。
Or you sit for longer if you can, if you have the time.
有時間坐耐啲。
Now a lot of people say, well, what should I do? What kind of meditation should I do?
咁好多人問，咁我跟住點樣坐啊？用啲咩方法坐？
That is entirely your choice.
完全係由你自己選擇。
Some people want to stay with the Brahma Viharas.
有啲人咧係想做翻呢個咁嘅慈悲喜捨。
So I would start with loving kindness first.
咁咧你就用咗慈心開始。
And let your mind go deeper whenever it's ready to go deeper.
讓個心咧自己咁入嗰個越深越深嘅狀態。
Some people want to send loving kindness to different family members.
有啲人咧想話用個慈愛送俾其他家屬成員。
Do that.
好啊，做啦。
Do that for an hour if you can.
咁1個鐘頭都做啦，發送慈愛俾你個親屬。
Now, some people ask me about sending loving and kind thoughts to someone that is deceased.
有啲人問我可唔可以發送慈心去啲病人啊？
And I have said for this retreat, no, don't do that.
喺呢個 retreat 入邊咧就唔好咁做。
But when you get home, it's your choice.
翻到屋企啊，你自己選擇啦。
If you want to send loving and kind thoughts to your deceased person, friend or family member, that's fine. You can do that.
翻到去咧，你自己選擇發送慈心俾你啲病人朋友，可以㗎，你想做就做。
You just won't go as deeply as you could if you did other kinds of meditation.
咁因為你如果做其他嘅禪修咧，可能就冇呢啲咁嘅禪修咁容易入到一個咁深嘅狀態。
Of course, I still send loving and kind thoughts to my deceased parents.
係咯，有啲你都係可以發送呢個咁嘅慈愛去啲病嘅父母。
I don't do it all the time.
但我唔係成日做㗎。
When I have a strong thought of them, then I send them. loving and kind thoughts.
當佢咧好強，個心念好強嗰陣，佢就輸送嗰個 loving kindness。
One of the things that the Buddha taught us that on the anniversary of the day of their death,
佢哋話喎，佛陀曾經講過，佢嗰個死忌啊。
it is good to take some special food and give to the Sangha.
當你譬如家庭成員嘅死忌啊，最好咧就喺當日咧就係供真啊。
And share the merit or give the merit to the person that has died.
回向將呢個功德咧回向俾嗰個亡者。
Okay, that's very good. That will make you happy.
咁樣好好㗎，對自己都好好，好開心。
If they're reborn as a hungry ghost, they're not able to eat food.
因為咧嗰啲咁嘅亡者，如果佢係去咗個餓鬼道咧，佢食唔到嘢。
But when you offer the food to the Sangha,
當你供真嗰陣
they will be able to eat and they will get out of that realm and get into the Devaloka.
係啊，你供真咧，佢哋可以食同埋可以升上天界。
And this is good.
咁呢個係好事嚟嘅。
But do that every year, just to make sure.
係啊。
Okay. And make it good food because that you want them to have good food.
咁佢哋咧餓鬼都會食到好嘅嘢。
There's sometimes I have Burmese students that the man that died was a reporter. Reporter.
嗰啲記者，死咗一個死人係一個嘅記者。
So every year he comes and he gives me paper and pencils.
佢每次嚟供養佢，俾啲紙同埋筆佢。
So he can have paper and pencils to write with in wherever he is.
咁個亡者可以收到啲紙同埋筆咧，可以繼續做記者寫報告。
And it can be that some people, they were very good at sewing things. Well, you give them needles and thread and cloth.
針藝啊呢叫，咁佢會送啲唔係針紙啊，咁佢會送啲線啊同埋嗰啲針俾佢，等佢收到啊，可以做針紙。
That will make them very happy.
佢哋都會好開心啊！嗰啲亡者記得啦嚇。
Okay. So that along with good food.
記住帶住啲好食嘅。
Okay. So whatever you can be walking down the street and you can send loving kindness to anybody you want or to everybody. It's up to you.
就可以不斷散發慈心啦，俾任何嘢、任何人物。
But don't look people in the eye when you're sending loving kindness to them.
你散發俾人，唔好係咁望住人哋隻眼去散啊！變咗。
That is misunderstood.
咁人哋搞錯咗，以為你做乜鬼啊？中意佢啊！
And can cause many problems.
咁會出現問題啊！
Now you can form a little group of people, your friends, and you can get together and radiate loving kindness to your friends.
係啦，做一個小團隊啊，得閒就共修啊，散發慈心，就指定去某一個人或者一個病人。
And then if you know of anyone that is sick or has some kind of a problem, you take a picture and you show it to everybody in your group and you all send loving kindness to them at the same time.
佢啲病人，你攞佢張相啊，你哋個小團隊咁啊，攞張相不斷俾晒嗰啲組員睇，然後跟住一齊發送嗰個慈心俾呢個相，咁啊得嘅，幫到佢。
And that will help their mind become at ease.
會令到咧呢位病人或者乜嘢會比較願意啲。
Now, while I was in Malaysia,
佢喺馬來西亞嗰陣。
There was a pregnant lady that came to me and she asked if I would give her a blessing.
有一個懷孕嘅女士要佢祝福下佢喎。
So what I did was I got a glass
佢就攞杯水，
I put water in it,
擺啲水落去，
I held it, and I gave a blessing.
然後佢就喺個水度祝福。
While she was pregnant, she would drink some if her stomach was not settled.
咁當佢唔舒服啊咩事咧，佢就攞嚟飲下啦。
She would massage the baby. She would just put some water and massage the baby and send loving kindness to the baby at that time.
摸下摸下個肚啊，按摩下咁啊，send佢個慈愛俾個 baby 喺入邊個肚入邊。
Now, there was something very peculiar that happened
好特別有啲嘢發生。
when it was time for the baby.
個 BB 出世啊！
The baby came out very fast.
好快就出到嚟啊！
The baby came out smiling.
笑喎，一出世就識笑喎，唔係喊喎。
And the baby would sleep all night.
睡覺夜晚唔會嘈你嘅。
That's one of the problems of having children, because they like to cry all night.
一般啲細路哥咧，中意夜晚咧就喊嘅，佢就冇啦。
Right after that happened, I had many pregnant women coming to me.
哇！試過嗰次之後咧，個個大肚都揾佢啦。
So I started calling them my children. They're not really, but I called them my children.
我嘅仔女，我嘅仔女咁啊。
And I have 27 children.
我有27個仔女啊，喺嗰陣。
And I would also come to their house and I would hold the baby and practice loving kindness with them.
咁我講國語啦，我忘了講國語。我現在講國語，你坐下來聽。
Stop this.
好，現在我忘了，應該是講國語哈，請你坐下來哈。我坐着。坐着好了好了。他有的時間，他有去探訪他們的小孩子，抱着他。
I want her to go see a psychiatrist when she gets done.
他出去之後，那個入鳳啊，他要去看看精神醫生。
She wasn't doing the right kind of meditation.
他現在
She
呢已經
wasn't
超越
doing what I
了，他
was
現在
teaching.
有一點偏於他自己那個修行，沒有按照我們這個修行方
And
法。
now she's not balanced. So she
現在很多
needs to go
精神
see a psychologist or a psychiatrist
對啊，要看精神科醫
as
生。
soon as you get back.
快一點回去就馬上看。對不起，我剛才忘了講國語，講了。
One of the things that's very interesting about women that are pregnant is
當女性受孕那個時間，
when the baby is about 6 months old, the baby can hear what you're saying and you become very close.
那懷胎6月那個時間，小孩子已經懂得聽你講話，所以你可以跟他互動了。
You want to play very nice, soothing music
要播一些很
because they hear it
很輕安、很舒服的
and
音
they're
樂給他
beginning to
聽。
think on their own.
然後他們是會聽得到的，會知道會想的。
But also, you want to give them massage every day
你就用這個水跟他 massage 按摩。
while you're radiating loving kindness to them.
然後當你這個發送那個慈愛給他，順便
They will be very happy when that happens.
他們會很開心，裏頭那個 baby 很開心。
Okay.
Okay.
So You are in charge of yourself when you get off of retreat.
你们出去之后，你们自己来操控你们的修行。
If you want to go back to chanting and other practices that you would do, it's up to you. You can do that.
你们回去想做回你之前那个修行，比如说这个诵什么的，要怎么锻炼，随你方便。
My job is to show you how to be happy
我的工作是让你如何是快乐，
and have balance in your mind.
有一个平衡点，
And you will see that that starts to happen.
你会慢慢你就知道的，你察觉得到的。
Okay.
好了，
Do you have any final questions?
最后的问题，请你们多一点问哦，现在哦，否则可能1年后才见他。快点举手，多一点问。
I was interested in what you said, offering to the deceased and the anniversary.
Huh?
Now, how do we know this response?
How do you know the
Response
response?
from the deceased.
You'll feel happy.
他
You
只知
you
道
will feel happy. You feel like they become happy.
你的感觉自己开心，也要有感觉他们开心。
The deceased might have been in another room.
I'm sure they are, unless they were immediately reborn as human beings. Then they wouldn't know that you did that.
除非他马上投生，否则他会感受得到的。
But every time on the anniversary of my mother, which is in February, and my father, which was in December,
他妈妈
every time I do that, I feel very uplifted and happy for the whole day.
他这如法的这样子散发那个实心给他妈妈，他跟他爸爸2月份跟12月份，他自己觉得很开心。
And I also do that for my teacher.
对他老师也一样，这样子散发起身给他。
His death was in August.
他老师那个基神基神是8月。Only the time the birth the anniversary.
Anniversary of their death.
Yeah, only the anniversary on that day or other day is okay.
Oh, but it's up to you.
Up to you 随你方便。
You want to do it every day, you can.
你每天要做也可以啊。
I was at a monastery in Thailand, and this lady came with her bags of groceries with her every day and offered them to the deceased relatives.
在泰国呢，有一个女的，每天都抓一些吃的去寺院，她就是拿这个来供养那个她的王者。
Okay?
随时都可以。但那个应该是最有效的，他给神祭神是吧？对。还有问题吗？
Yeah.
我想問咧，如果我哋慈心禪同埋饒益禪咧，我哋自己學咗啦，咁但係如果覺得好嘅，係咪一定要有法師先可以教其他人？
He's asking a question where we practice the metta or the forgiveness, and they feel this is really good. Can they just teach other, or have to be really transmit from the nun or monk as a sangha member?
With forgiveness, you have to be careful
这那个有一层你要小心一点，
because you can give wrong information,
你会可能
and that can be
搞
harmful
错
to
了，
them.
就会伤害到他们。
It's best to let somebody that is experienced for a few years anyway
最好是你们已经有几年的经验才去啊。
before you start teaching meditation.
你没有经验，几年经验，你去教人家，
So you
最好是
be
有几年经验。
you be the example of someone that is good and happy all the time.
你要表现的你自己作为一个模范，你是经常开心跟平衡的。
Okay? And you go to her.
先找我有一点经验，不是很多，他最厉害。He's my great master. I'm only his student.
How long have you been practicing with me?
5 years, I think.
5 years.
但是我们那个修行是每一天的哦，在他旁边打坐6个小时的哦，不像你们1年来1次那种哦，还要做饭，还要打扫，每天跟他住在一起。I said, yeah, I have to cook as well, not just meditate.
Oh, not only that, you have to clean.
Yeah, clean as well, yeah, day and night. And then 6 hours meditate every day, he said.
Now, people that come for more than 10 days, I tell them they have to sit 6 hours a day.
10天的禅修一定要你们坚持6个小时。
2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at lunch, 2 hours in the evening.
早午晚每个2个小时。
Well, do you have time to do that?
你有时间吗？6个小时就直接这样做，可以分段的。
Or you start at midnight and sit until 6 o'clock and then go to work.
但是你半夜起来了做这么久才去工作。she doesn't need to work, she just stay home, so she got a lot of time.
So you have plenty of time.
Yes.
You can do it for 8 hours or 10 hours.
就8个小时吧，你时间太多了，没事干嘛？你在家。
Okay.
What do you mean by you have to be careful when you do the forgiveness?
When you're teaching other people the forgiveness.
什么意思？为什么要很小心？因为当你教人家，你自己真的不是很实情的太长时间，经验不够，会伤害人家。
And also when you're teaching the meditation, because there are some people like this lady that wasn't paying a close attention to the meditation and did other kinds of meditation that can cause her to be unbalanced.
禅修呢，一定要有经验的老师，否则呢，有些学生他突然之间出了状况了，他偏离了你的教导的，那你应该要很清楚。
There's a man that teaches one-pointed concentration, and someone asked him about people that go crazy because of the meditation.
有些人呢，就是有一个 one pointed concentration， 就是一点的那个专注那种禅修，是很容易出状况的。
He said that, yes, that can happen for 2 or 3 or 4 people out of every 1,000 people.
是有这个状况，就是1000人、2000人之中就有几个人是这样子出状况的。
And that is because they don't follow the directions as closely as they could.
因为他们呢自己偏了，不是以如法的跟正那个师父他所教导的来做，他自己找一些其他的方法。
Okay?
师父，想问师父，如果这一本手册呀，我们如果回去有别人想看，我们可以让他看吗？
So this kind of manual, is it allowed for sharing with other people?
Sure.
Sure, 我可以。
可以哦。好的，谢谢。
还有呢？ 有其他问题吗？
A lot of good information in that.
这个手册有很多宝贵的资料，多看。最好是多方面问题啊。 他最喜欢人家问问题的。
Okay.
还有吗？没有了。
Anything else? This is your last chance.
Last chance.
Unless you come and see me in America. Well, we'll see.
She have question. Sister have question that if so for meditation sometimes it stop. It hasn't have any progress. So what should she do?
How many times do I have to tell you to ask yourself why you're getting blocked?
他告诉你好多次，就是你自己问自己。
Trust your
为什么
intuition.
有什么阻碍你？所以你要自己细心去问你的直觉。
不是，如果是人家在学，他们在问我们，如果是他遇到这样子的时候。
They said she is teaching other student. If the student asking her about having stuck in the process, so what can she say?
Trust the intuition.
So
Ask a question. Why is this happening?
告诉你的学生，叫他自己问自己。
It was good enough that it worked for the Buddha.
那佛陀也是这样子的嘛，他也是这样教导学生，叫他们自己问你他的直觉有什么阻碍他，那你要这样告诉他们就好了。
Okay?
OK 了。还有问题吗？
Would you like to come to Hong Kong, sir?
Right now, no thank you. We'll see.
他不答应你了，香港现在他对香港没有信心，相信。
It's more exciting. You can see fire all over the streets.
Oh, that's just what I need, excitement.
这个就是他需要的那个刺激，可能不来了，不可能。
We call the rioters cockroaches. So you can send love and kindness through cockroaches.
Okay. That works. Okay.
问问题吧。
我们说想回去之后，就是1个月，我们就聚在一起，然后去禅修一下。然后如果是说没有参加过这一次禅修的人，他可以加入我们一起去打坐禅修。
She's planning, each month she's going to create a group meditation. But can they invite the new people to join the group?
Of course.
Of course 啦，当然可以啦。但是是不是邀请我过去，还是你们自己乱来？
Are you in Hong Kong or China?
China.
In China. Be careful. They don't like people that are religious.
小心哦，这中国不喜欢的哦。
If you get too popular, they might do something that is not going to be so nice.
你如果是轰轰动动的，那你就麻烦了。所以要很低调的。
And it's a good idea to have pictures of somebody that needs loving kindness, and you put it in the middle of the group and everybody can radiate to that person.
知道吗？拍个照，哪些人需要慈心的，拍个照，放在那个组群里头，然后每个人发那个私信给他，这样很有效。但是你们要锻炼的好一点啊，否则不知道你发了什么东西出去。发了蹭蹭就被高了了。I said they have to practice loving kindness very well, otherwise they may pass on the aversion or ill will.
Well, they have to be serious about it.
要很用心的。
那个我不觉得做那个慈心禅的时候，就觉得心没有力量，就散发不出来。
这个是要锻炼的，有的心有的心没有。
想問咧，最多可以發放幾多個人㗎？
So each sitting group, how many people for the picture can send?
I don't care.
佢唔理你啦。
What do you think?
譬如阿 Winnie 有2個人有需要啦，咁或者另外。
Like a small group, one person have 2 pictures, and then other people have 4 pictures. So
It's up to you. You're in charge.
你自己 in charge 嘛，那时间的问题嘛，你发放，对。His meaning is, can they put a lot of picture and then radiate at one time? Is it possible? Or does it have to be one by one?
It is up to them.
你们自己
Stop asking those kind of
不要
questions.
问这种问题。你试一下嘛，可以试一下，拿几个照片，然后再加一点，试一下。
I have 50 people in my family. I don't need to radiate loving kindness to everyone.
但有50个家庭成员，他不是每个人
Just
都
the
会
people that really need it.
只是他们真正需要的，你才发送喜讯给他。
如果用 WhatsApp， 因為人唔可以聚埋一齊，但係個 group 個 WhatsApp work 唔 work？
Is WhatsApp the phone iPhone work? The picture of from the iPhone, and then radiate from the iPhone.
I'm alone in Europe, and then my friends here is in Hong Kong, and they might not gather together. They are just using the phone, right?
Try and see.
那你就试一下了。他从来不用电话，他怎么知道？
And report.
Because theoretically, 理論上你是用你的 mind. We are using the mind, right? Although the geographically is not together, we can use the mind all together to send out the radiation.
It's up to you. You try and see.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
To try, right?
My teacher, before he died, he had a stroke.
他老师在死之前，他有中风。
I had just become a monk. I was in Thailand.
他刚刚出家在泰国。
I heard that he had the stroke.
他听到他中风了，在美国。
I sent him loving kindness.
他输送那个慈爱给他。
After he went home,
他回到
he
家。
wrote a letter to me, which he never wrote to anyone
他写
before,
封信给他，他从来不写信给人家的。
thanking me for sending him loving kindness.
他谢谢他输送那个慈爱给他，他知道他送的。
How did he know I was sending him loving kindness?
他怎么知道呢？
I was on the other side of the world. He had no idea that I was doing
他
that.
在另外一边他怎么知道呢？
But he thanked me for doing it.
他写信谢谢他了。
So there's no boundaries, there's no limits.
没有界限呢，没有界限。
Okay?
OK，
Anybody else?
还有吗？问題嗎？自己修行的問題，你講。
我嘗試送 loving kindness 俾我有個普通朋友啦，我發覺有一個嗰個反應好奇怪，好似硬係收唔到，唔肯收咁樣嘅。
I just try to send the loving kindness to her friend, but she feel that she kind of reluctant to receive it.
No. Everybody wants loving kindness.
谁人都喜歡 loving kindness，不可能的，跟他說。
She will just start feeling good.
他只是感受很
She
舒
might
服。
not even know that you're sending it.
他不知道是你送給他的，
Doesn't matter.
重要。
Okay?
因為明天沒有早餐哦，如果是你們最後有什麼修行的問題，現在要問。明天沒有早餐。
By the way, did you notice that there was a very mild earthquake here
Yes,
today?
yes, yes. 剛才有地震了。剛剛你們 tea break 那個時間，它一搖鈴之後有一點搖動。
我感到了床在動。
對啊。
有點怕，我想底下有東西嗎？
Very
我確
little.
認了一
地
下。
震啊！剛才地震。
我有感覺，不知道是什麼原因。
有一次這個整個好像在搖啊，我感覺不到。剛才有一點點，大概2-3秒鐘。這裡是佛山嗎？佛山嗎？
So send some loving kindness to the earth too.
你輸送那個慈心給那個地球吧。
Okay? Okay, let's share some merit.
好了，我们回向好吧。
Don't. Yeah. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, devas and nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
愿痛苦的人免受痛苦，而恐惧则其实无所畏惧。愿冤家彻底摆脱悲伤，愿所有众生都可以得到解脱。愿所有众生分享我们获得的各种幸福快乐。愿在所有空间和地球的一切众生，天神与龙天护法神与我们共同分享其修行功德。愿他们长久被悟和佛的教导，善哉善哉善哉。